teamwork right there. Is what
that is teamwork.
That is the fattest badger I've ever seen.
Well guys, we'll pick up where we left off yesterday with us with 0 and those guys with 2. You know, you might think that it was bothering us that those guys were ahead of us, but honestly, I was pretty happy because that meant we got some coyotes killed on film. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had crap for you guys. Well, in no way, shape, or form could this coyote have come from a worse direction. He was already basically downwind, just right on the edge of it. Had this weird hill right on the edge of us, and I couldn't see him through the big yucca plant there. So basically, it was terrible.
He's just walking away.
But you can't see it in the video very well because of all the brush, but that coyote came up within about 10 yards of Garrett. But he was just over the rise and behind the brush and he couldn't shoot. We tried to get a follow-up shot right here, but the brush was in the way, and then the coyote just disappeared and never got up.
Oh, he still ain't down. I got the pistol if need be, but dude, that was like, we should have been screwed about 6 times on that one.
Well, if I'd been set up right there,
So he got up for a second, and then went right back down, and we thought he was just done.
Yeah, I saw, oh, he's back up. Well, if you guys can hear me with the wind, that sucked. That one came in the absolute worst place he could have. He actually circled uphill to the downwind side, and we thought he was down. Thought I made a good hit. He went down maybe 20 yards from where we hit him, and we're getting ready to pick up all of our stuff, and he got up and started going again. We just watched him go probably a little over a quarter mile. Drive back down the road, get those guys, come back up, take a look, see if we can't see him. Probably not, but we'll go take a look anyway. But I'm really not sure where we got him because he went down pretty hard after he got up that first time. But son of a, I mean, he was only 15 yards from us there for a second. Yeah, I think he was just right on the edge. Yeah, we were. Yeah, as soon as I saw him, I knew we probably weren't going to get him, but I mean, we kind of got him. All right, guys, just finished up a short little morning trip, basically just to go hammer out some country that we've hit most of it, all the good stuff anyway already, and we ended up with uno,
Dos.
He's real glad that I found these on the ground. Are these all your video?
Couldn't be me.
It didn't fall out of my case.
They were sitting right here on the ground.
It might have fallen out.
It wasn't me.
It might have fallen out of my
No,
case.
it was mine.
Was it yours? All right. Tim's trying to lose all the footage. Why are you trying to lose all the footage, Tim?
It says 5 days of video right here.
That's all right. I left my
And I
video.
deleted it off my computer, so this is it.
That's it?
Yeah.
I left my video camera, guys, last year. I don't know if I put it on video or not, but I left my video camera right here.
It was from Craig,
Colorado.
to
And I drove
Central Utah.
5 hours
No shit.
on the highway in the snow with my video camera sitting on the back. I had 9 days of video that wasn't on my computer. So you guys almost didn't get a tour last year because of this guy right here. Yeah, wrapping up the day. Real quick, just gear video. Some stuff we use quite often, but we don't really show on video a lot. This, guys, is the Air Armor Tech bag, and we
freaking sweet.
put a lot of guns in that.
Yeah. Waterproof, dust-proof.
Airplane drop out of run over with a backhoe proof.
Yeah, they can take a beating and keep your equipment safe, keep your optics safe, especially if you got, even if you don't have high dollar stuff, you want to keep your guns safe, whatever it is. And they're huge, guys. Definitely give them a look, check them out. Yeah, I mean, you can store bullets. You can fit in here. You can fit a shotgun and a rifle
and a 4-wheel drive. Country boy can survive.
You might be able to fit a full.
I had to. It was too easy. But yeah, guys, we use that a lot. Every trip we have that, whether it's in the back or in the back seat. Put all the guns in it, and we know they are good to go. And obviously, I got coyote blood all over it, but that's okay. Another quick gear breakdown for you guys, if I can find it in here. We get quite often, what camera do we use? So we have 2 of them. This is the consumer model, the HFG30, and then the XA30. It's basically just the consumer grade and the professional grade cameras, not a lot of difference. We like them because the image stabilization is great on them, and the low light capability is fantastic. We can start filming about 15 minutes before we can actually shoot. So the low light on these is great. As you can see, they do great video also. So those are the 2 cameras we use. As far as tripod heads, we use the Manfrotto's. I can't remember what model that is, but that's the one that we use, fluid heads. So just real quick gear breakdown for you guys. Damn it, Garrett. Scared the hell out of me. If you guys got any questions about anything else, let us know in the comments, and we'll do our best to give you guys a breakdown on everything we use. What happened, Garrett?
You know what?
Did you forget your wallet for the every time?
For the 3rd time in a row, I forgot my wallet.
I
get to Maverick to go get my breakfast burrito, and
it happens.
And yeah, I literally, I never make it into the store because as soon as I step out of the truck, I always slap my butt where my wallet is, and there was no wallet.
Well, you suck, and you should just go home. Well, guys, actually got a little bit of light now, so I can do an intro. We're just getting ready to head out for 3 to 4 days. Got about a 4-hour drive ahead of us. Got the jumping jack loaded up, canvas cutter. Got the other canvas cutter and a whole bunch of other crap. And I just realized I forgot something, so we got to go back. It's one of those mornings. We're just struggling. That's all right. We're going to have a good time. Well, guys, we're definitely not starting off good. It was supposed to be cloudy today. It's not cloudy. It's lots of snow. And it's bright, but it's cold, so that's good. Well, I mean, we're doing pretty good. We're 2 for 2.
Trucks driving through the middle of the stand after the first sequence.
Yep.
And now we're supposed to call after that. Is that it? Sonic boom.
Well, guys, the noise you hear in the background here is the echo from the loudest sonic boom on the planet. I really wish I would have got it on film. I was just getting ready to hit record and start filming this stand. We might have been sitting there 10 seconds. But yeah, it was horrendous.
That's what it was right there. Garrett.
Well, the good news is I figured out why we can't call any coyotes in. The bad news is there's nothing we can do about it. They're all deaf.
Sonic, that seriously scared me so damn bad. I thought your truck blew up or something.
I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, guys, so that jet that flew over us, as my camera's not really sitting in here very good anyway, some monstrous jet flew over us, and no bullshit, my ears are ringing from that sonic boom. That was ridiculously loud. So yeah, that's why we can't call any coyotes in. They're all deaf. They can't hear anything.
Well, guys, we proceeded to give it hell and do our best to call in a coyote and just couldn't make it happen. For perspective, last year when we were in this same valley and the year before, we were about 75% calling them in on every stand.
Well, let's call it. I'm over it. What is that? 9 dry stands today?
Yep.
3 in one valley, 6 in another. Well, guys, the only success we had today was I left my vest on top of the truck and it blew off, and we went back to find it and I found it. Lots of things went wrong, not really sure what some of them were. Obviously, we didn't kill anything today, so what we're going to do is give you guys some little tips that we've learned over the years on what to do when you're not calling coyotes in and why, and what to look for to kind of try and help you figure it out. So the first one, obviously, is if there's no coyotes in the area, you're not going to call anything in. You can't call a coyote that's not there, clearly. First thing to do is look for sign, look for tracks. We had snow today. We saw a few tracks, but not many. What, maybe like a handful here and there?
Not a lot.
So what we would consider a lot of tracks in an area is basically, if you're walking, or I guess let's put it this way, in a wash, okay? So washers that cross the road, that's generally where the coyotes cross. Not always, but generally. You shouldn't be seeing 1 or 2 tracks in there. You should be seeing multiple tracks over multiple days in those washes, and a majority of the washes, not just one wash here and there. You should be seeing tracks everywhere, and I guess especially in snow, just because you're seeing a lot of tracks doesn't mean there's a lot of coyotes. There could be one coyote that's moving around a lot. So you need to be seeing a lot of tracks to see a lot of coyotes. The next thing to look for is turds in the road. One of our favorite scouting things.
Yep.
Turds.
Turds.
Nobody thinks about poop. They should think about poop more often. So what? What's so funny? Poop. Look for poop in the road. If you're not seeing, I don't know, what do you think?
I don't know. That's
a tough one.
You know when you're seeing a lot, and you know when you're not seeing much. That's, I don't know, if you're only seeing one pile of poop in the road. How can you say poop? One pile of poop in the road every few miles. I wouldn't consider that enough. You know, if you're seeing 2 and 3, 4 piles every mile, that's pretty significant. So there's no real science to that, but that's just kind of what we go by. We notice when we're driving down the road, like, man, there's a lot of crap in the road right here. You know, it's got to be a good area, because I mean, it's obvious there's a sign of coyotes being there. So yeah, those are the first 2 things to look for, is sign of coyotes, and obviously if you hear them, that's another sign. But also with hearing coyotes, as I explained the other day in one of the videos, that's not always a good sign, especially if it's right after a distress sequence, because they have probably already been called, or they saw you walk in or something. They know something's up. Just because you hear them right after the first sequence, I don't know. For me personally, I can count literally, I think, 1 time where I've ever called the coyote in after hearing them. You've been calling longer than me. Yeah, it happens. It just, you got to really listen, I guess, to the howl and the type of howl that it is. It seems a lot of times, if you're just sticking with distress, most likely you won't call anything in from that direction where they're howling from. But if you switch up to vocals and whatnot, you have a lot better odds of doing that. But yeah, listen to the howl. If it's just kind of a bark, real long howl, just that long, lone howl, it's not necessarily a bad thing. If it's those real short barks, warning barks, lots of barking, real short, high-pitched howl, not a challenged howl, but even shorter than that, and a lot of barking with it, that's bad news for you. And honestly, I wish I had a secret to tell you to how to bring those in, because every time I try different things all the time doing that, and I've really never had much success with it. So Yeah,
60% of the time it works.
60% of the time it works.
60% of the time.
0% of the time.
So yeah, guys, that's a couple of the first things to look for. Today, obviously, we had a really good weather day. That wasn't the issue. A lot of times when it gets hot, and by hot we mean anything above 50 degrees. 45 is preferable, but anything over 50 and the sun's out, if it's cloudy and it's 50, that's fine. If it's sun's out and it's over 50, I'm not saying you're not going to call them in. You're just not going to have as much success. They just don't like to move when it's that hot. It burns more energy than it's worth to come get whatever it is they're trying to come get. Another thing, yeah.
Move. That's one thing, and we preached this before, and we did it today. But if you're going 4 or 5 stands and you haven't seen a coyote yet, leave. They're either, if you're seeing sign the coyotes there and you're not calling them in, odds are they've been called, they've been messed with. They're not going to come to a call. You might get lucky and scratch out 1 or 2 here and there throughout the day. Pack up and go 15 miles up the road. Go over the next ridge. Go to another canyon. Just leave and go to a new area. We did that today. Made 3 stands in one area that, and this is an area that we're in that we've just hammered the last 2 years. So we're really kind of baffled at what's going on. Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of sign where in this valley last year, I think we saw over 20 coyotes in one day.
Just most of them driving around.
Yeah, most of them.
Didn't we call 8, killed 6, I think, the first day?
I think something like that, yeah. But yeah, and then we made 5 or 6 more stands over here in the same valley, and we moved a couple times across it. And yeah, we did not even see a coyote today. Another thing we didn't see is rabbits. Did not see any rabbits at all. We didn't see any wildlife, actually. Not one cool bird that we've never seen a type of bird before. That was it.
So yeah, guys, if you're seeing sign and you're not calling them in, chances are they've been messed with. One of the things we look for to see whether there's been a lot of people in the area or not calling. Generally, if there's a lot of traffic in an area where there shouldn't otherwise be traffic, there's probably people been in there calling. Especially if it's a well-known area where there normally are a lot of coyotes. And the other thing to look for is if you see where people have pulled off the road, hiding behind a ridge, just like you would hide a truck. If you see a lot of spots where people are pulling off right there, get out and look for boot tracks. Chances are, if there's boot tracks coming out right there where they pulled off the road, they went to go make a stand. We've walked into stands before and gone to sit down and literally found someone's shotgun shells that they had shot on the stand literally the day before that. What was it, up in northern Nevada last year, almost southern Idaho? Somebody messaged us after we went down the road, and they're like, oh, yeah, the reason you guys didn't call any in there is because we were there 2 days ago.
Yep.
I mean, we still got, what, 3?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it happens, guys. Just stick with it. We're on a really big down streak right now. We're 9 stands today without a coyote, and then we called in 1 the last time out when Tim and Hunter kicked our butts. Well, kicked our butts with 2. We should have had the 1, but we kind of had the 1. We just couldn't find him. Got down in the thick brush, and he was a long, long ways away. And we looked for probably half hour with all 4 of us and couldn't find him. But anyway, hopefully that helps you guys narrow it down when you're not able to call coyotes in. So if you guys have any questions, ask us, and we'll do our best to answer them. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully tomorrow we will have a better day.